Welcome back to another episode of Story Behind the Story. John Walker here, once again joined by James. James, thank you so much for joining us again. We got to meet a little bit earlier in the semester. We finally get to meet again. An interesting topic to say the least this time. A little bit of history lesson about Northwest. So we'll just hop straight into it. Kind of tell me a little bit about what some don't know, Mike the dog.
Well, of course. So Mike the dog was a lovable little stray that wandered onto the Northwest campus in 1916, back when Northwest was the 5th District Normal School. And he was running through the admin building, jumping into classrooms, distracting classes, making a giant mess. But he became a lovable stray that became a part of the campus, eventually going home with various faculty members, and on cold fall and wintry days, he was known to curl up next to the teachers' desks in the classrooms in the admin building and take a nap during class.
And then, how did you discover this? What was kind of the reason you really wanted to write, I guess, a feature article about Mike the dog?
Of course. So, surprisingly, I'm actually not a media major. So I'm one of the black sheep of the newspaper. I am actually a history major. So I'm very much interested in history and that sort of thing. And about 2 years ago, I was walking to Volk to go to class, and I see this little marble gravestone that says Mike the dog on it. I'm like, wait a minute, what is that? And I did some research, and I discovered who Mike the dog was. I know I'm also one of those nerds that also owns the Northwest history book, so take that with what you will. But it was really interesting to get to learn more about my campus because, like I said, I love history. So getting to know more about a place like Northwest, which has been around for over 100 years, it was great getting to learn more about what life was like back then.
And then, what is something very interesting in particular to Mike the dog that maybe you just couldn't put in your story?
Well, actually, when I was talking with the archivist, Jessica Vest, she told me that the blanket that Mike wore during the games, which was made for him by a faculty member's wife, nobody knows where it is. Some believe that the family that made it still have it. Others believe he was buried with it over by the administration building. Others just don't know where it is. So that's kind of a mystery artifact that, I mean, if you find it, send it to the archive because they want it.
Yeah. In Maryville, we have the Spoof Hounds, we have the Bearcats. If you had to start your own school and pick your own mascot, what would it be?
Well, definitely, I would have to choose Mike the dog as my mascot because he was an adorable little dog that looked like Toto from The Wizard of Oz. And even if you look at some of the photos of him, he looks like a bear cat.
Okay.
The way his fur is on his face, he looks like a bear cat. And plus, I just love dogs, so any dog.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
James, thank you so much for joining us today. Make sure to check out his article for everything Mike the dog. And if it wasn't in there, well, then you heard it here on the KNWT Channel 8 YouTube exclusive Story Behind the Story.